In this video I'm going to be looking at my 5 favourite photographic accessories. That's not easy to say. Join me. Roll credits. Well, hi, Brian James, I'm Micro Four Thirds guy with you once again, and you'll possibly have seen my recent video where I was looking at my 5 favourite lenses. Well, today I'm going to look at my 5 favourite photographic accessories. And as I say, that's not fun to say. But before we do that, don't forget, hit the subscribe button below and hit the little bell for notifications every time I upload a video, ticking the old box beside it. And also give me a big thumbs up on this video if you enjoy it, so that it puts the YouTube algorithm so more and more people see it. And finally, if you get the chance and you want to help support the channel, there's a little PayPal link to buy me a coffee, and thanks to all the people who have up to now. It really is appreciated. So, photographic accessories, what's special about them? Well, they're the things that make the difference between just carrying a camera around or making a shot maybe possible that you wouldn't have just with the camera and lens itself, or a little bit more convenient, a little bit easier to do. So there's different types of accessories for all sorts of things. And I'm going to list my 5 favourite ones. They're not the best ones, they're not the most expensive ones, but they're the ones which are the things which sit in my mind as being the things that I use more than any other. And I'm going to start with this one at number 5. Number 5 are these. Where are these? There it is. Triggers. Photographic triggers, absolutely fantastic things. These ones are made by Young Nuo. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to tell you that none of the products I'm saying today I'm sponsored by. These are all the ones I've bought myself, so it's not that I'm getting any sort of incentive to this. These are what I use and what I've bought for me. Now, I use the Young Nuos because they're inexpensive, they work well. I've had some really expensive triggers, I've had some really inexpensive triggers. These are inexpensive, but they just work well, they keep on working, and they give me consistent results. So those sort of things, you can get in different formats, different guises from Young Nuo, but there's also other ones, and I know that somebody's going to put comments and say, well, what about trying these, what about trying them? Fine, I've got no problems, whatever they make, whatever suits you, use them. But the important thing is flash triggers. I love these because I can use those not only with my my strobes, my flash guns. The Americans call them strobes, we tend to call them flash guns, but again, Young Nuo ones, they're inexpensive, but these have the receivers built into them, so they're really useful on that. And for doing studio work, I found that they're marvellous. For pop-up studio work, they're great. But if I'm doing anything full scale using my my studio strobes, my mains operated studio strobes, if I'm doing big shoots, these things still work as well. They've got a PC outlet socket on there, so that you can actually connect that straight to your strobe light, use this as a remote and put this on the camera and trigger it. Fair enough on those, you're just using it as a trigger and you're not able to adjust the settings on it, but who cares? But I do find that these are absolutely fantastic. So number 5, triggers. At number 4, well, you all know that a lot of the work I did was studio work, high volume work, or I'd be doing commercial stuff where I may be in strange places for strange lighting setups. And one of the things that I used to need to do was to get into somewhere and set up very, very quickly and be active very, very quickly. Sometimes you don't have much time if you're doing a corporate shoot, or if you're doing a headshot shoot somewhere and you're doing photographs for someone. They want you in, out and gone. So what I tend to use is this. This is a Sekonic L300 flash meter. There's loads of flash meters on the market. These ones I just find nice and neat and easy. They're very, very simple to use. And when I'm doing photo work, if I'm doing portrait work or anything like that, I have a set way of working. I tend to use the camera on its maximum sync speed. I don't use high speed sync and normal studio work. So I tend to put it as maximum sync speed. You can find that in your camera's manual because they're all slightly different. I put the ISO to whatever I want. If I'm doing portrait work, I try and keep that really low for good quality, so I might be setting the ISO to 100 or 200. And I'm using the aperture to get the style of shot that I want, the depth of field that I want. To adjust the amount of light, I adjust the power of the strobe, and this is absolutely perfect for getting that setting quickly. What you do is you literally just put it in front of the subject, fire the flash, and it'll take a reading. It'll tell you what the power is, what you need to adjust. If it's under light, then you adjust the lights to go brighter. If it's over bright, then you can dim the lights down a little bit. So I use the power of the light to change my shot. These things, great. Are they perfect? No, they give you an idealized shot. It may not be what you want necessarily for your style, But what it does is it gives me the ability to get in very, very quickly, take my first test shot and just about be on the money then, and I can make small adjustments from there without having to do all those test shots. Those things, a couple of £100, are not the cheapest things, but they are really, really useful and really, really important for me. So number 4 is my flash meter. In at number 3, well, you're looking at it. It's this thing behind me. It's a pop-up background. I love these pop-up backgrounds. You can get them from various manufacturers. These ones I think are Last-A-Light, but I've got them from all sorts of places. Why I like them, I can go into somewhere very, very quickly and set a very usable backdrop up, which gives nice even lighting, and they are easy to use. They fold down into about a 2.5 foot circle, nice and light to carry, but the beauty is they pop up to about 6 foot tall by 4 foot wide. I'm actually in a room which is 6 foot wide, 6'6" long, and the ceiling is actually higher than the room is. It's 8 foot, and this thing I've pulled into the room, stuck it in the background, got a small light in front of it, and I've got a nice even background colour apart from something sticking through the background. But these things, you can put them on stands, their own dedicated stands, or just prop them against a wall or prop them against anything else. They give you a nice, easy change in background. I've done shoots where you've gone into things like car service centres where they're covered in dirt and oil and things. I've gone into schools, I've gone into people's front rooms, I've gone into company headquarters. Whatever the background in them, you can change it by having a little pop-up background. These ones are reversible. They've got a different pattern on the back. This one's a pinky sort of colour, mottled pink. On the back, the mottled blue. You can get all sorts of things on there. I find them very easy. They pop up, they're rigid, they're straightforward, very quick to assemble, very quick to put down, and an instant change in scenery. Those things well worth it. Number three, pop-up backgrounds. In at number 2, well, number 2 is my camera bag. And camera bags, oh, I've got a couple of them. This one is one that I use a lot. This is when I'm carrying my main gear around. If I'm going on holiday or something, it tends to be the camera bag. I'll take all my camera gear in. I can get my iPad and everything into it. This one is a Low Pro. I like the Low Pro, but again, camera bags are so personal. So these are the ones that fit for me. There's advantages and disadvantages to them all, but I've got a couple of these Low Pro Flipside 400 AWs. But this isn't the camera bag in my count. This is a camera bag I do use. I can get my tripod and things on it, but it's not the main one. And the one I actually use more than anything else is this one. This again is a Low Pro. This one is the top side Zoom 55. Small, nice and easy. In fact, I only just discovered something on this the other day because it's got pockets on the front. I keep my batteries in. In fact, in the front of there, I've got my little pouch for my lavalier mic, so that fits into that. Inside the top there's pockets for memory cards and also for batteries. But I also discovered that there's actually, only discovered this before, never even looked in here before, a nice weather cover over the top. Why this one? Well, put this back in again. I can either sling it over my shoulder with the straps, or I can actually adjust these and put them around my waist and just use it as a side pouch. I can get all the cameras I need for a daily shoot. It's well padded, so it gives them protection. But if I'm going out to do a shoot in, say, Hadrian's Wall or in the Lake District or somewhere like that, I can just take this out. I can get a camera in there, a couple of good lenses, 2 or 3 good lenses in it, with a camera with a lens on, and all the accessories I need. That is absolutely fantastic for me. As I say, this one that I prefer is a Low Pro top side Zoom 55. So, my number 1 accessory. What's my number 1 accessory? Is it going to be something really expensive? Is it going to be something really fancy? Well, keep watching. I'll tell you in a couple of minutes. But don't forget, in the meantime, if you are enjoying this video, give me a thumbs up, to give it a like on it. And don't forget to subscribe underneath. We're over 4,000 subscribers now. So thanks very much for everybody who's done that. It's really getting good. So my number 1 accessory. Well, I'll tell you a little bit of background as to why I'm thinking about this. I hate neck straps. I detest the fact of having this neck strap, which if it bend over, the camera's swinging all over the place. You've got no control on it. But also, the ones that come with the cameras are usually emblazoned with the name, and it says, "Steal me." So I like something a little bit more subtle. I like to keep a camera in my hand if I can. When the camera's in my hand, I've got control of it. But I'm always worried in case I drop it. There's a lot of camera damage on that. So I discovered these things. Now, the first one I bought of these, I bought from a camera deal. It cost about £15. It's a rubberized wrist strap. Neat little sort of easy release clip on there. I find these great because they're very simple, but they are sturdy on those. They go around straight in the camera, setting and the camera connection for the straps. But put your hand through, they're elasticated, they're nice and easy to wear. They usually got a little slide clip that you can put up to make that a little bit tighter so it doesn't slip off your hand. And it's the sort of thing that I keep my camera in my hand all the time if I've got this. But if I do drop it, the camera's safe. It's not going to hit the floor. Nice and easy. Now, as I said, the first one I bought from a camera dealer. It didn't have all this nice stitching around this. It's got stitching, if you look around there. That was about £15. I've found these ones on eBay. They're not special name. They're just go out and look for camera wrist strap, elasticated wrist strap. They cost me about £3 each. Now, £3 to protect your camera. I've never had one of these fail on me. They're strong, they're sturdy, and they do just what I want them to do. So my number one camera accessory is this, my wrist strap. Nice easy to put on, nice easy to take off, and a huge amount of protection for the camera. So what are your favourite accessories? They must be different to mine because there are so many accessories out there and so many different things to be used. These are the ones that suit my photography style. So what do you use for yours? As I say, you'll find that all the ones I've said, there are different makes. Don't worry about the makes. If you're going to leave comments, don't worry about telling me about different makes. I'm not really worried about that because whatever make fits best for you, use. Triggers, for instance, there's always somebody who will tell me, "Whoa, have you tried these triggers?" I've tried most of them. These are the ones I like. Again, the backdrops, loads of different manufacturers, and when it comes to things like the bags, they're all different manufacturers. But these are the things that I like and why I like them. So there you are, my 5 favourite accessories. What are your 5 favourite accessories? Have a think about it. Drop me a line in the comments below. I know there's loads of different manufacturers and there's loads of different reasons for having accessories. These are the ones that fit the bill for me. So leave a comment below. Don't forget that. Hit the subscribe and give a big thumbs up. And as I say, if you do fancy leaving me a donation to keep the channel going, there's a PayPal link below. Really appreciate it. And thanks very much to everybody who's done that up to now. So don't forget, check out some of these links here, either to a playlist or to this video here. See you next time.